Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's one funny morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our small
murder
town.
in New Jersey.
He was a lot
Like
with his everything.
Oh.
What's outside your Puerta de Clima?
That's Stella!
Yeah!
Hi, this is Jessica from Massachusetts and my daughter Sophia. And we're coming at you live from the Boston Marathon. Woo! Let's go, Boston! Woo! Right in our driveway. We're about the 5-mile mark and we're here to say uppy, uppy, uppy. Take it away, Dina.
Jessica and Sophia are adorable. What a great opening morning. People running, doing things. Now don't you all feel like slugs? They're adorable. I never thought about it. Could you imagine if the Boston Marathon ran by your house once a year and every year you just sat and watched them? You're like, somebody should really be in this. Not me, but people. I've never done a marathon. I've done a bike marathon. I know. Raise your hand if you have done a marathon. And just go boo if you haven't. How about that? Boo. I'm surprised at the number of people that are like, yeah, we should do it. Stacy, boo. I don't think my body was meant to run. You know what I mean? Like there are some people. Yeah, there has to be a real, am I on fire? I did a half marathon counts, Beth. I would, if they had, yeah, my legs don't understand, right? That's what I mean. Like a jumping jack would be a lot. Like my body does not want to be jumbled around. If I'm running, it's because something's chasing me. That's what I mean. 5K when you were younger still counts, Sarah. Boo. I got the bad knees. That's what I mean. Marathon, no. 10K. Listen, if you've done more than 1K, you're winning. I don't even know what 1K is. Okay. 3-mile obstacle course. Yes, that counts in my dreams. Does that count? Boo. My daughter did twice. My lungs do not tolerate running. Carrie, neither do mine. I've never thought about it. Let's blame the lungs. Yeah, no, not for my body. I've done a full 5 half and an ultra run. Who is Trisha? Trisha, you need to change your name to Trisha the Runner Dove or whatever you want to call yourself that has to do with running. I'll let you decide. But Trisha, why are you not telling people? Why are you not bragging? Good morning. What are we talking about? Well, we started our show with a fantastic video from Sophia and Jessica. Their home is on the route of the Boston Marathon. And now that's what we're talking about. Used to do the Peachtree Run every 4th of July. It's 10K plus. What? Kendra, look what we're learning about you. I've done 3 and 5Ks several times. I don't even know how you spell that. Like no, there's no, it's on your bucket list, Lorene, to do a 5K. Why? What's an ultra run? Yeah, if I had done it, that's all I would ever talk about. Right, Missy? I'd be like, hi, everybody. Thanks. I'm excited about this new job. I've done a 5K and a 10K and 3 ultra runs, whatever those are. What's an ultra run, Trisha? Now that you are a runner extraordinaire. I've done a lot of 5Ks, but no running. What does that mean? Brenda, what are you bringing to this table? What, isn't that the point? You walked a 5K? Is that what you mean? Running to the bathroom does count. I'm a fan of the stickers on cars that say 0.0. Dana, that's what I'm saying. I've run to the bathroom. If running was required to save myself from something evil, I would be the first to die. I walked a 5K. Can you walk them? Let me ask you this. By the time you walk a 5K and you get to the end, are there any people still there? Or is it dark? Because that's what it would be for me. By the way, I'm having a bagel with cream cheese and jelly, and it's so good. Brenda said yes. I've walked several 5Ks. I didn't know you could walk them. I did a 10K once in my 20s. I threw up on the governor's shoe at the finish line. That tracks. An ultra, here comes Trisha, the runner dove. An ultra run is anything over 30 miles. What's a 10K? In miles, Trish. What brand is the bagel? I have to look, but they're gluten-free. Trader Joe's. I got it at Trader Joe's. A 10K is 6.2. What's a full marathon? I think I should know. I don't even like driving 30 miles, said Stacy. Like, I gotta go 30 miles to the Trader Joe to get this bagel. No, I'm out. It's too much. I don't have that kind of energy with my foot. Like this? No. Okay, so a full marathon, 26.2. That's what those numbers are on the backs of the cars. So an ultra, what Trish was saying, is anything 30 miles plus. Wow. So a half marathon is that 13.1. Okay. I got it. I got you. Why do marathons use metrics? I don't know, Judy. It's the one thing that we've held on to. You're right. That's what I'm saying. I live here and I don't even know what we're saying. You're right. It's a K. It's a kilometer. That's your language. You Canadians probably we know exactly what that is. We don't. You're right. I don't know why the running groups were like, you guys can go to miles with cars and horsepower. But when it comes to running, we're sticking with K. Jody said, I can't run 26 seconds. Yeah. Could you imagine if we announced a OneFunnyMother marathon? Nobody would show up except for Tracy, the runner dove. It'd just be Tracy. A whole bunch of people who walk. Why would they decide a marathon should be such an odd number? Well, I guess it's not an odd number in Canada. Do you have, Judy, what do you call a marathon? Is that a question? You just caught him. Like 26.2 miles is how many kilometers? Judy, does this make more sense in your language? I don't even know what I'm asking you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shakendra's like, I'll give Trisha her water. Listen, if we ever did a marathon, there'd be 1,000 bitches with water and only one runner, Trisha. And that's it. I'd be like, this is a very odd marathon. It's 42 kilometers. Yeah, see, that's a round number. That makes a lot of sense. She tracks the mileage on her sneakers. She lost a toenail from running. No. The streets would be lined with all of us with water for Trish. I'm gonna be like, this is the best. All spectators and Trish. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so Kendra got a goal to return to the Peachtree 10K next year. Girl, do it. I'll come. I'll hand out water. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's really funny. Like I said, I did the bike one. And that was not easy. It was like 50 miles on a bike. My legs were like jelly by the time it was over. And I had to train. Was I training with Sherry? Who did I do it with? Dana? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hold on. Mm-mm. Listen. Missy wants to row in today. I'm sorry. Here's Missy's story. I am haunted by the story of a runner I once talked to at a race. My ex-husband, it was a race that my ex-husband was doing years ago. Her sister had been running a marathon and her nipple literally rubbed off in her sports bra. Rubbed off! She put exclamation points. I've heard that. I've heard it. Listen, girl, you want to run. But if a side effect is that my nipples fall off, I think I'm going to look into something else. And I'm going to be honest, even the biking thing, you know what the consequence of riding a bike a lot? UTI. Why don't they make better seats for ladies? No. It's too much. My son will go on the forest. He did 12 laps. There were 5.3 miles each. Did in 11 hours. It was almost 60 miles. He broke the record. A man I follow did 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents. So many reasons not to run. I mean, Stacey, let's just name them all. I know they bleed from the rubbing. No, save the nipples. What? This is a message from God. That's a message from God. He's like, stop. Nobody wanted this. I will take your privates off. And I mean, are there any side effects for men? Are their nipples falling off? Does their penis fall off? This is too much. If somebody went to me, listen, you could do this, friend. There's a chance your penis will fall off. What? Google said the distance was first determined in the 1908 London Olympics. This was measured to finish the race in front of the royal viewing box. So that's why it just arbitrarily became these 42 and 26.2. That said, I love running, but I protect my nipples and toenails. That is such a weird sentence. Beth, I wish that, do they have shirts that say save the nipples and toenails? Do they have that? Listen, Beth, you could literally walk around in front of everybody, you and Trisha, and just be like, I'm the healthiest of all of us. And we'd be like, girl, how are your nipples? Your toenails? Like, you got to decide. Heart health, nipples. That is tough. That is a tough one. If somebody gave the choice. Heart health. I'm going to need to think. I'm going to need a minute. I mean, I've never thought about, but they're lovely. They haven't done anything to anybody. They're not cross. I mean, not like that, but I mean, they're not angry. They're not cross-eyed. Somebody here knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just saying. The penis, okay. Patty, you look, yep. Men's nipples do get sore too. After riding the rice, people don't work for a few days. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why runners use Band-Aids on their nipples. Some runners wear Depends so they don't have to stop to go to the bathroom. I've heard that, and that's another reason. Listen, if this sport requires me to pee my pants, nope. I'm running. Also died of a massive heart attack while running. Tim Grill? Yeah. But stop it. Mm-mm. These are all the sounds that my body makes when somebody says, let's go running. but do you know how many nipples fall off due to very light yoga? None. 0 for 0. How many days since our last nipple accident during yoga? All of them. All the days. It's never happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I'm running, you should run because there's probably a tiger nearby. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Sounds like it's just safer to sit on a patio. Mm-hmm. Well, the Bible says, here comes Jen, the wicked run when no one pursues. So who am I to be a heathen? I don't run. This is from the Lord. Mm-hmm. How are you going to run in a wet diaper? Listen, have you seen kids? Have you seen a toddler on a mission? They will. I'm like, how are you even? Mm-hmm. It says, save the tatas. We want the breast kids. I think differently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt so good about being on a Peloton for 30 minutes. Now I'm a slacker. Yeah. Who are you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. And here's the thing. Tell me if I'm wrong here. I've seen people win at sports. Victorious. I mean, you see a gymnast. Amazing. They do the thing. Boom. And they hit it. If I could just go, I would nail that part. I've seen people win at sports. Victorious. What are some words? Victorious. Heroes. I mean, just the finish. I mean, it's just amazing. Have you seen people win at racing? Long distances? Have you seen it? Most of them apparently pass out 4 feet before the end, and then somebody else, the next person has to decide, am I going to just go through and take it, or am I going to pick up this person with dangly? They all look. Tell me I'm wrong. My elbows are pointed. You're not wrong. They're not good. Even when my arms are straight, they look. When I was a cheerleader, when I was in grammar school, we used to get points off. They had to tell the judges, just so you know, these are her arms straight. Mm-hmm. Did you ever just not all of them, but a lot of them. They look like they're dying. It's hard. It's hard for me to be convinced this is it. This is it for me. Mm-hmm. It's so much. Listen, I give props to all the runners. Mad respect, because they can't do it. Walking is very underrated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. But listen, I'll tell you something right now. You give me a 4x4 race with the baton, I'm watching every minute of it. Every minute. I'm like, how they going to do this? The pass, how was the pass? I'm all about it. Shikari, anything Shikari's in, I'm watching. I'm watching it. I love a good 4x4. I don't know why. Never been in one. Mm-hmm. It's mesmerizing. You can't lose a nipple taking a nap. And that should be on a shirt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shikari is magical. All of them. All of them. And you know, right? Hurdles, all of it. They're the most powerful. And do you ever see like when they're doing those real quick races, right? And the cameras that, you know, have to be following them, tracking them. Did you see there's one with Shikari where, and she will trash talk like nobody's business, but you can if you're Shikari. There was one race she was running and they slowed it down. Not only did she smoke everybody, but she smoked everybody with some extra time that she saw the number that she was breaking a record. She saw she was going to win. She pointed. She was like, and then went on to win. She was just like, girl. Tara, that's what I'm saying. It is amazing. There's no part of me that looked at a hurdle and was like, I could do that. And I probably have a hurdle body. I'm tall, lanky. God was like, you could probably do stuff. Can't though. How'd they do it? I can't even jump from a spider. That's what I mean. I'm so tall. And Kendra, I don't know if people ever asked you this, but if you are a certain height as a woman, so I'm 5'10", and I've been 5'10" since I was probably 14. And once you are that height, people are like, you want to play basketball? I was like, what? You want to play some b-ball? I was like, I don't know what you're saying. Is that a piece from Bach? What? I don't know. What? Like, you want to do some b-ball? No. I don't know. Why are you talking to me? What is something based on your body type that people think you can do, but you can't? Anybody? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Where people look at, you don't play basketball or volleyball? Was another one. I'm like, I can't hurt my fingers because I played the piano and I was in piano competitions. What is something that people think that they, you know, even when you were younger, people are like, oh, you look like you would be good at blank. I'm not. I don't know why you would think that. Eat a pizza by myself. Throw a shot put. Can you throw a shot? No. Do I look like I can throw a shot? Roll down a boardwalk. It didn't help that my mom and sisters all played basketball well. I was horrible. I'd be a good bowling ball. Limbo. I'm 4'11". Oh my gosh. Wow. I was told I have the hands for piano. Only tried for a while when I was a kid. Sumo wrestling. Margot's like, me too, basketball. I'm short. No one expects anything sporty from me. Gymnastics. I'm 5'1" and a little sticky. What does that mean, Angie? I don't even know what that means. Being short, people think I can crawl under a table to get stuff. My dad brought me to play basketball and I wouldn't get out of the car. I could never do a cartwheel. Me neither. Legs too long, body too short. It was pitiful. I was the girl on the sidelines keeping the stats. Cornhole. People think that I can hide in places. I'm 5 foot. No one is assuming I can do anything athletic, said Judy. I get told I look like I have swimmer's shoulders, Junian said. Are you broad in your shoulders, Junian? My sister's great at basketball and she's 5 foot. Huh. Wow. I fit best, apparently. That's funny. That's funny. All right. So I was reading first something on the internet, which is basically an encyclopedia. And it was talking about this new, it's just not a series. It's just a documentary, I guess, one episode documentary. And it was talking about, and I don't remember this at all. So tell me if you remember this, but it's on Netflix now. It was just added, and it's called The Liver King. Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking about? The Liver King. And I don't remember this at all in social media, but it is kind of the rise and eventual fall of this guy called the Liver King. I'm almost halfway through it, but it's kind of, does anybody know what I'm talking about before I say it? Let me see if anybody remembers him coming out. No clue regarding Liver King. Jeremy. Right? I don't remember him. Maybe I remember Tiger King. Yes. Shakendra. Liver King. He ate liver. A lot of it. Anybody? Does anybody remember this? Never heard of this. Okay. Because I'm watching it and I was like, did I miss this whole thing? All right. Maybe, and I think it was very much geared towards dudes. So I only watched half on Netflix. Yeah, right? Yeah. That one on Canadian Netflix. Cooked or raw? Raw. Yes. Okay. So here's the brief story. This man started living what he called a primal lifestyle. So you know how there's like, you eat food. Then there's like, I'm a vegetarian. And then the next step is like vegan, right? Which would be difficult. Then there's rocks and berries. What's that one? There's a name for it, but you eat ancestral, but that's not the word for it because his is ancestral. And so, what's that one where they just eat like cavemen? His is similar. So in this documentary, they explain it, and I guess this is how he started. Paleo is that one. That's right. And then his is considered ancestral. So paleo, I think, has like a lot of like raw foods in it, right? You don't cook it. So the idea is that you would get all the natural somethings, whatever. So his is called the primal or ancestral diet. Yes, big mistake, Tracy. And so he, that makes sense. He was just eating like organs, testicles, organs, and like not one vegetable, it didn't seem like, and then just raw eggs. He had 2 boys. So his story was that his 2 boys were really sick when they were young, and they believed that I was just looking at new on Netflix and Liver King. Yeah, it's kind of kooky. Because his wife was real into it. And, like you think to yourself, there's one kooky person in the world, but then find another kooky person. And then they became family. And then they started feeding their children testicles and just raw eggs. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So he starts to build this following. And there's just this idea that like, people are, hold please. Thank you. People are so starved to believe in something, right? In the world, that you get somebody with kind of a vibrant personality with he's big and I mean he's gigantic. He's like Schwarzenegger gigantic, the big beard. And so he went around and he started making these raw meat supplements and he turned it into $100 million business. Listen, more power to you. You listen, you want to build your brand, the whole thing. But he was building this whole thing and then he went on the Joe Rogan show. He was on with the young boys, the brothers that everybody listens to, all the podcasts. He did the rounds, became famous. Yeah, that was my clock. Of course I do, Shakendra. Who do you think my best friend is? It's the clock. So he makes the rounds. He's all over everything. And of course there are naysayers going, this is a horrible idea. Why would you eat liver every day, 3 times a day? His wife was having testicles, 1 ounce of testicles a day, adding up to 3 ounces of testicles a day. And she was like, I'm just trying to get my testosterone. I was like, girl, there's a lot of other ways you can get testosterone. That is not it. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I don't want to ruin it. All of a sudden, the tables turn. I don't want to ruin it, but it gets ruined. So you got to watch it. I basically reading Rainbow Deal right there. Like a bull testicle. Rocky Mountain oyster, I think they call it. It's not good. The cuckooing of the clock. It's just weird. And the whole time you're like, go ahead and ruin it. We're not going to watch it. So, people, Lorraine's like, I walk away for 2 minutes. We were just talking about the Boston Marathon. I come back and you talk about bull testicles. I'm like, listen, this show could go in any direction. No, I would not. I've never had it. I wouldn't. No. So how long of a show? I think it's like an hour and a half. It's like, hour and a half size. Anyway, Julian, you would love it. So I'm at the part where, so people kept saying over and over again, there is no way that this man who just walks around like this, that he's like this because of bull testicles and liver. Like he has to be roiding it up. No. And so his business partners, all the people that worked with him on social media, they said, we asked him straight up, are you taking steroids? And he was like, absolutely not. Like, this is my lifestyle. I've worked for this. And it was this whole thing. And somebody gets a hold of his blood work, his medical records. And they expose it. And so he was making his apology video when I stopped watching this morning. But he came out and he said, I'm going to own it. He was taking $11,000 worth of steroids a month. They were like, that's more than people take when they're in like major bodybuilding company. Like he basically looks like he's going to die. You're just eating raw meat. They killed a bull. I don't even want to tell you. I'm not even going to say it because you're all going to get grossed out. It's too much. It's too much. And so I maybe it was in the New York Times, but it seems odd for the New York Times to cover it. But the article was just like, the documentary is interesting to watch the rise and fall. But it said that the documentary didn't do enough to really talk about the lasting effects from this thing. It was very interesting. It was interesting, the article, which is why I decided to watch the documentary. But just if you listen to the testimonials from people who were taking these supplements that he was taking, that he was selling, these people were like, I had psoriasis. I took this and I feel it cured me. It's just like that idea of like that placebo effect. Like these people are watching this man who's taking steroids, eating this disgusting food. And he was like, this is going to solve all your problems. People were like, I'm not depressed anymore. And you're like, and he defended himself saying, I believe in this lifestyle. Yes, this body did not come from eating this way, but there's this primal mindset. And his whole thing was, put your phones away at night, spend more time with your families, don't get sucked in. So there were some things that he said. He goes, I still believe in what I was talking about, living a primal lifestyle. Maybe not the food part or the steroid part. I was like, yeah, you kind of ruined the message. It just was, yeah. No, he was telling people by eating liver and these raw meat it's too early, that it's going to cure all their diseases. And you're like, why? It's just kind of crazy. Like in this world of social media that people put things out and they're like, this is going to save you. You're like, that girl that ain't gonna eat an apple. Eat an apple. You want to get regular? Eat an apple. Put some peanut butter on it. The answers have been around. Yeah. How old is this man? He was like in his mid-50s, he was like 45 when he was doing all this. I don't know. It's just too much, girl, too much. I just got here. Who are we talking about? Liver King. Eat a salad. Yeah. Have a smoothie. Yeah, listen. I talk about smoothies every week and I'm like, you shouldn't drink this. I pooped my pants for a day. I'm basically the scapegoat. I'm like, I don't think you guys should do that. That one hurt. I think he's still alive, Carol. I didn't get to the end of the documentary. Now that you're saying, I don't know. I hope he's alive. I don't know if he's going to be alive for long eating that way. Mm-hmm. Is there a guest this morning? Yeah, bull testicles. That's the guest. I don't know why I said that. Oh, this week. It's a quirky little week. Mm-hmm. Little quirky. I thoroughly enjoyed last night's guests. If you missed it, you should go back and watch. It was Lou, and as I like to refer to him, Jay. His name is Jeffrey. Oh, making smoothings, buying bedding plants. You don't know what kind of people trying to get you by cuckoo clocks. Don't listen to these people. These people are crazy trying to get you to start growing black-eyed Susans in your yard. You just never know what kind of kooky things people try to get you to do on the internet. Listen, if you wrote down all the things that we have done together, it's weird. Now, are they going to make a documentary about it? No, they're not. They're not. And this will probably be the clip they use. No. Are they going to make a documentary about it? No, they're not. That's going to be the opening of my documentary. What could we do? Yeah. So far, I've made you consider getting pellets in your butt. Make sure you get your mammograms and keep your pants off during a mammogram. Upsets a lot of people. What else have I? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Duct tape your children to a wall. What's the harm in that? He loved it. Roll your mom down the boardwalk. No harm, no foul. Okay? Go to San Antonio. Take a trip to a furniture store. Get a colonoscopy. How come nobody wants to do a documentary on trying to bring a little bit of health and wellness in the weirdest possible ways? Get new underwear. Could you imagine? Anderson Cooper does some kind of expose. They're like, it started out by convincing women not to buy underwear in packs and to buy them individually. Next on Anderson Cooper. I hope that happens one day. I hope this whole thing is in the clips. I really do. Embrace your silver. They'll be like, there's a woman out there trying to convince women to be themselves like an animal. I did make you dye your hair purple, but then I said, I did try to convince most of you to burn your marital underwear. And that came from Chris Curbsay. That was I was just a conduit. That really came from, because she was like, "Girl, you can't wear that underwear." And I was like, "What's wrong with underwear?" She's like, "That's marital underwear. You're gonna need to get you some new underwear. Buy new bras." Kim, there you go. Kim and I, we're in it for the long haul. Hitting pots at midnight on New Year's Eve. I said, "What do you mean you're not outside banging pots? What's wrong with you?" Even if you're still married, get rid of your marital underwear. Get rid of your husband's marital underwear. Take your bras off. Have a drink. How come nobody's talking about how hurtful this could be to society? That's the problem. I'm not hurtful enough. What can we do? Throw your dishes in the yard. Give your kids camping dishes. Big deal. Clean your chandeliers at midnight. She's so crazy. Listen to me. It's a good one. Pit cells are the best. All right, came back negative, Kelly. Scotch tape your face and do a facelift. Remember, I tried to get to do that. Hit your crotch with pussy willows. I mean, how's that bad? Go to the gym, right? Andrea knows. She's part of my move to get everybody at the gym. Lifting weights, ladies, best thing for you. So funny. So funny. I still make the rice pudding in the Instapot. That was so good. So good. I still think it's weird that there are people who think that rice pudding is weird. To me, it's the greatest thing that ever happened. And my kids don't like it, which means that my mom did not make it enough when we were kids. Like, remember stroke diagnoses? I saved people. Just be like, I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke. Shoving blueberries in your mouth. I mean, yeah. How many comics will be going to the festival? I think it's between 25 and 30. I think. Then expose her, we find out that she's been tipsy other days of the week as well. I could see that. I'd be like, turns out this comedian had ulterior motives. She wasn't just tipsy on Tuesday. In fact, she was tipsy every day of the week. That is a good open, Tim Grill. That is a good open. You got to do the voice. Turns out she wasn't just tipsy on Tuesdays. She was hammered 6 days of the week, besides Tipsy Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, what does a girl got to do around here? I was just relaying my story how I almost got arrested for stealing trash cans. Not one person has done an expose on it. I mean, what's a girl got to do to get arrested around here? That was such a funny story. I wonder if we could find that Tipsy Tuesday, because I don't think we were doing the morning show yet, because that would have been during the pandemic. And the cops called and asked me if I was seriously thinking about stealing someone's trash cans. And then I had to stop laughing long enough to say, "No, sir." He says, "Do you have any intention of going to this person's house and stealing their trash can?" And I couldn't believe it was happening. And I said, "No, sir. I am not. I don't even have a car that would transport a trash can. That was my answer. I was like real. I was literally like thinking about the logistics. I was like, sir, I wouldn't even have a truck to put a trash can in. Like, there's no way. No, I wasn't doing the morning show yet. And so I called one of my girlfriends and I said, the cops just called to make sure that I'm not going to commit a felony. Yeah, no, I did. I hesitated and I was like, no, I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do that. And then my girlfriend bought me a jailbird outfit, and then I wore it on Tipsy Tuesday and told everybody. And then shortly after is when we started making the shirts, supports teachers or I'll steal your trash can. And we sold hundreds of them. Oh, so funny. Mm-hmm. I mean, Shakendra, I wasn't really thinking about it until he brought it up. He was like, Mrs. Blizzard, I need to ask you, do you have any intention of stealing anybody's trash cans? And I was like, I mean, up until then, no. But I mean, let me think about the logistics. No, I can't. I can't get my hands on a truck at this point. No, I don't think so. Yeah, what did you do at work today? I had to ask a lady what her intentions were about stealing somebody's trash cans today. And then he said to me, Mrs. Blizzard, I understand that you are a comedian and that you do funny things. And I said, well, you would hope so. He said, so I'm sure this was a joke. I go, it absolutely was a joke. And so he was like, and I just want to reiterate, you are well within your First Amendment rights to say whatever you want. And I said, well, thank you. I said, I'm going to be honest. I never saw myself on this side of the First Amendment. I'm a solid other side. I've never felt the need to get on my soapbox. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for the teachers. And the crazy thing is that there was actually a couple people on our local Facebook page that were saying things. So it wasn't like it was one person. I was just in general talking about this amalgamation of people, big vocab word that I'm in. And I said, if you say something, so it wasn't even like, I think you should request that police report. Oh, you think there was one? I mean, this person decided to call it in. Oh, I know who it was. Yes, I know it was because the person also sent me a message via Facebook Messenger and said that he was going to take me to court and sue me for defamation. And what's the other one? Defamation of character and slander. And that he was going to talk to his lawyer, which was so crazy because at no point did I say anybody's name. That's what was so crazy about the whole thing. I was like, just so you know, I didn't say anybody's name. And he was like, I understand that. Like the whole thing was so crazy. And that's how you know when somebody's really guilty. When you're just like, I didn't know who it was. So I was just, yeah, see, Andrea knows some stuff. But people in town that saw that post, they knew who wrote it. So like other people wouldn't know. I mean, if I went back, I imagine I could find it. But like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tracy. She's like, just so you know, it's not a felony. Stealing your trash can's only a misdemeanor. You would have paid a small fine. I'm like, and it might have been worth it. You know what was the best, though? Considering how ridiculous it was that we made the T-shirts. And apparently this person did not have a very nice reputation in town. And again, it was a number of people that were saying negative things about teachers during the pandemic. And, but this person was not well liked and was not very supportive of teachers. I had no idea. I was just calling out rude things that people say. And we started making those those t-shirts, and sold so many of them. And then like weeks went by, I forgot about it. And I go to like Whole Foods, and there weren't a lot of people out because it was still pandemic. And I was there and I saw one of our shirts. And I don't know. I always think it's weird if I'm just out and I see one of our shirts. I'm like, what are they doing? It's always weird to me. Like it's a secret society and I'll never run into people in real life. And I saw the shirt and I was like, that's so funny because this person lives in this town. Like in my mind, all these shirts were bought in Wisconsin and that I was never going to see these shirts. But I was like, if I see this shirt, then this man who also lives here could also be at this shop, right? Could you imagine being that much of a D and call the cops, consider suing someone? The shirt said, support teachers or I'll steal your trash cans. It didn't even make sense. It's just the dumbest shirt in the whole world, but it had a message. And it was a message that teachers needed during the pandemic. And as you know, my sister's a teacher. I know a lot of teachers, and it was a rough time. And so I was like, if I'm seeing this shirt around town, this man's wife is seeing this shirt. And I was like, how funny. And he went and he moved to his neighbor's room. Oh, what a panic. Oh, trust me, Melanie, I had many thoughts. I was all time just before I said, hey, Dina. She didn't hear me or she pretended not to. It's really funny. We got a notice of intent to sue during a meeting where we talked about the behavior of a public figure, and we got a notice of intent to sue for defamation, but we still had to have an attorney respond to the letter. So crazy. Yeah, no, it is. It's very kooky. I know. Talk about life choices literally flashing before your eyes in the form of a t-shirt at the Whole Foods. But yeah, no, there have been numerous ways that we have been in support of teachers throughout the years. I just think it's such a great thing and just so underrated. I think there's like, in terms of underrated jobs, motherhood, teachers, nurses, all the ladies that work under men who don't really do anything, but they do all the work. What? Who said that? What? Who said that? Is it me? I think it did. So, yeah. Hug a teacher. Oh, yeah. It was good. Good times. Who knew? All right, everybody. My short stint as a substitute teacher. I know. I really wanted to do more of it. I think it was all happening at the same time that I was trying to put my life back together. I'd like to go back and do it. I think it'd be fun. So we'll see. Who knows what's next? But I gotta start looking for some work. Anybody got any Uber jobs? I think I gotta pick up a part-time something. I don't know what it is yet. So we'll see. Anybody got ideas? Do you know what fun job? I found a ukulele club. I think I'm going to join a ukulele club. I did join I joined the group, like in a meetup group. You know how they got the meetups? You could join like a knitting club. Blah, blah, blah. So last night I made, and I'm going to bring you some, Andrea. I made corn tamales. So good. So good. So we're sitting down, we're having corn tamales. And And I say to, I say to Jason, I have some big news. Not much here in New Zealand apart from sheep shearing. Dean, I would love to join a sheep shearing group. Dean, is that where you're joining us from New Zealand? Welcome. You're new here. My son's name is Dean. Good name. Good name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Madeline, you should be a reader somewhere. You're doing such a good job. Mm-hmm. So I babysit part, I drop children off at school and pick them up until their parents come home. Kids. I wonder what I would be like as like a bonus mom. Mm-hmm. Madeline, I already have 2 ukuleles. I just don't know how they work. So I said to Jason, Jason, I found something. Yes, I just came across the channel, so I'm watching. The channel is the ocean. Dean, I love these words. Where are you from originally? I know. If I could teach English in this new country, Pennsylvania, I don't think I should be a bus driver. I used to be an ambulance driver, and I hit a lot of curbs. And then they were like, please stop driving the ambulance and just work in the back. So we never know. But anyway, I said, Jason, I just found something that we could do together. And he was like, okay, what? And I said, we could join a ukulele club. And this was my face. And his face was, and I was like, no, do it like this. And he was like, he goes, you can join a ukulele club. I go, but think of how much fun it would be if we did it together. He's going to do it. You know why he's going to do it? Because when I walk out of the house with my ukulele and this face on, he's going to be like, where are you going? I'll be like, to go play ukulele. I don't know how to play the ukulele. Let's be clear. And the first question when you join the club is, do you play the ukulele? I wrote, no. It says, what is your experience? I said, limited. I mean, I've strummed before. And it said, do you play any other instruments? I was like, yes. Classical, piano, and glockenspiel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I heard on the Today Show a Southern accent could become a thing of the past. Those are, Tim. Tim, you got to come over here and play. There's a full music studio here. You'll have to spend, because you're not far, I don't think. We should chat, but you got to come by sometime. So yeah. So then I'm talking to Brooke last night. I said, Brooke, I joined a ukulele club. Do you want to go with me? And she said, no. I'm the only one whose face says this. And she was like, why would I do that? And I said, because we could learn the ukulele together. She goes, I could just teach you the ukulele. I'm like, I want to play with people like Linda Marsden does. And she goes and she plays her tuba. She's got a nice group. I have lived in Chicha. Dean, I'm going to need you to use big words. What's Chicha? Chicha? I don't know. So let's recap today's show. Nippleless runners, bull testicles, stolen trash can, ukulele lessons. Typical uppy. There you go. Kendra, he has no idea. Mm-hmm. Danielle, you want to learn how to play ukulele? Join in the club. It's going to be a lot of fun. I might be late on Tipsy Tuesdays. Why? Ukulele club. But guess what? When I show up, guess it. Christ Church. That's Chicha? Christ Church. Okay. In New Zealand. Trombone. Sorry. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Trombone. Got it. Are you considering being a mummer? No. Now that I'm a Pennsylvanian, time to go. All right, listen. More on ukuleles tomorrow. And think about joining the club. Go to the meetup group. What outfit will you wear to play? Bathing suit? They'll be like, listen, we should really have some way to consider new members because this one just showed up in a bathing suit and she doesn't know how to play the ukulele. She's been very distracting. Mm-hmm. Don't you need to know how to play before going to the club? Well, Brooke said, Dina, I love Christchurch and is one of my favorite kinds of Queensland is also. Wait, is Christchurch a church or a city? I thought you were just expressing your religious beliefs. Christchurch is a place, Dean? Let's just clear this up because I thought he was just like, I'm Christchurch. I don't speak New Zealand, so I'm not sure what we're saying. She probably did. It's a city. He wasn't just telling me it's a city. Oh, Dean, we have a lot to learn from you. Dean, you should consider the fact that I don't know anything about New Zealand other than the fact that you guys do that. I was going to say hookah. I don't think that's it. No, Christchurch is a place. It's a city. Okay. When you guys do that dance, that thing, love that. I did not know that Christchurch was a city. I got you. All right, Dean. Dean, if you could show up every day with just a haka, that's it, a fun fact about New Zealand, so that when we do our trip there, that it's just like what we're doing with you have to meet LaFive. Dean, there's a woman named LaFive here. It doesn't look like LaFive, but that's how you pronounce it. She's French, and we're going to Quebec. Suzanne, you probably don't see Dean's comments because he's on the YouTube. No, they haven't, Elaine. Nobody knows more than me. Okay, they know the same exact that I know. But you all do seem to know what cha-cha means. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to have to start declining my husband's calls. I love you, darling, but my show is on. Can comments be set so only Dina sees? I don't think so, because Dina doesn't know how to set anything. So it just shows up this way. So we're streaming to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So I think I can see all the comments, but if you're on Facebook, you're only seeing Facebook comments. If you're on YouTube, you're only seeing YouTube comments. But this dashboard combines them so I can talk to people on both platforms. All right. So listen, tomorrow, more from New Zealand, more about ukuleles. And because Brooke was like, I can just teach you. It's just like literally like four chords. I go, listen, I don't play a stringed instrument. I think that Brooke can she's playing viola now. She played a little cello. I'm like, piano, it just is this. That's all. There's a lot of crossover with piano and glockenspiel. I don't want to brag. Okay. All right, I gotta go. So busy. Not really. But that's it for today. We've been having a really fun time this week. No single stream of consciousness whatsoever, but more about saving your nipples and all the things and the Liver King. An insight to the us. It is interesting and fun. Okay, we'll take it. Any kind of fun facts you want to throw at us? All good. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Like Judy from Saskatoon and Good Time Andrea say all the time, save your nipples. You will find them useful at some point. Save them. Stop running. Only run if there's something chasing you or there's ice cream. That's it. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day, blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.